Alright, y'all. I know it's been a while since I've been on YouTube, but it was due to a bad trans. My trans went out. Couldn't find one for a while, but today we actually want to go pick one up, and we're going to show you guys how to slap it in. And hopefully we'll be back on the streets in no time. But until then, I'll let you guys know. Alright, y'all. So we just picked up the trans. Picked it up for like $100. Hopefully everything's good with it. But I guess we'll find out when we put it in. So I'll see you guys when we get back to the house. Alright, y'all. It's a new day. Yesterday it was terrible. It was raining all day. Couldn't do nothing. So I sprayed a little bit of the brake cleaner on it, you know. Got a little bit cleaner. I'm gonna still clean it up a lot more than it is right now. But we're gonna jack the car up. What is he doing? We're gonna jack the car up, put it on stands for now, take these tires off, and we'll go from there. Now, I'm just gonna let all this trans fluid drain out. Hopefully it goes into my bin and not everywhere. Alright, and now we're gonna grab a 32mm socket and a flathead. I'm gonna stick the flathead in there. Alright, we'll stick it in right there. And we'll start turning this. I sprayed some lubricant on there just to kind of give it a little more hope of getting it off. But now let's get her off. I know I should have recorded it. I'll record the other side. It honestly wasn't too bad to get. I think I got it. Yeah, alright. It wasn't too bad. I think it might, I mean, obviously it had to have been replaced before I didn't replace it, so I guess move on to the other side. Get that one loosed. Same thing to this side. I feel like we're gonna have to stick it down under here. Just like that. She is loose. Step, we're gonna have to remove this up here. So I just bent the little clip in. Yeah, I don't know where my needle nose are, so I'm using these. And then just kind of pull it out. I'm gonna have to get new ones. And then we can loosen that up. Alright, so then after doing this, I should probably take these all the way off, but I just got them loose for now. And I'm gonna take these out. So you got one here and one there. So you're gonna get like a wrench and a wrench, or like a ratchet and a ratchet, who knows, ratchet and a wrench, who knows, whatever you got. You're gonna put it on there. We're gonna figure out what size it is real quick. Probably like a 15, 16. Alright, so I actually lied. It's a 17 and a 17. So now let's take this off. Alright, now we're on to the other side. We're gonna do the same exact thing. You wanna get a 10mm. You wanna just disconnect your brake lines from here. A couple of 10mm bolts. Do that on both sides as well. So you're gonna take this pin out right here. Then you're gonna get a 17mm socket. You're gonna put it up on there and loosen it, get it all the way off. And you're gonna make sure you have a hammer or mallet next to you too. I'll show you guys why you guys are gonna need that. Alright, and then now that you have that bolt off, you're just gonna tap like around the bolt with your hammer. You know, you just wanna kind of break it free. Just like that. Now let's go do the other side. All right, ready? of hard to do one-handed. Let me switch hands. And pops out just like that. And you should be able to just kind of pull that down a little. Oh, and then we gotta unbolt the strut. So now let's go do that. All right, now we're gonna take these 2 bolts off on both sides with a 14 millimeter. Take your struts out. All right, so I skipped forward a little bit. I got this out, and I gotten this out. So this time, I'll just come over here and I'll record this way, just so I can show you guys how to get it out. So right now I'm just taking these two out, and then I'll get to the rest. Alright, so we got that out. So now you guys can see that fell through. Now you should be able to pull this down. I'm gonna set you guys up, but yeah. Let's see this. So now I just pulled this down, pushed this up. I think it was easier when I put my foot on it. So you're gonna push that thing up, push it down. Where are we at? Took me a minute to get it out. That's gonna push it down. Just like that. Pull up again. Move your brake line. And there you go. That's how you get your struts out. Alright, and then now that you got that, you're just gonna kind of, mine are simple. Mine just kind of, well, the other side is simple. Sometimes you just kind of hit them a little bit, but I didn't have to do that for the other one. There we go. And just like that, axle's out, suspension's all out. Oh yeah, and we're almost done. So I got a wrench. You can get like a big flathead or something, but you're just gonna get it in between like this, and you're just gonna kind of like hit it like that, and then you should be good to pull it right out. You're gonna go ahead. I guess I probably should have figured this out before I did this, huh? All right, well, I'm gonna show you guys here in a second. All right, perfect. Just had to pull this out a little bit. I had to use both my hands, but got that side out. Now we're gonna move over to the passenger side. We're gonna do the same exact thing. We're just literally just gonna grab that wrench, put it underneath of there, pry it out. I'll show you. All right, so you guys see it up in there. Just gonna grab your wrench and kind of give it a couple little. All right, this might be too hard to do with one hand. I might have to get both my hands, but you guys get the process. Huh, I guess I was recording that, I think. Hopefully I got it. But yeah, see, I just tapped it. There you go, now it's out. And we'll go over here and pull it out. There it is, out of the car. Now we're gonna move on to something else. All right, so next step, you're gonna want to take off your intake piping. So I'm gonna take it off from here, and then I'll probably just maybe take it off from down here. So We'll see which way is easier for me, but we just want to get it out of this area right here. Because you want to get to your starter. Plus, you're going to have to take bolts out from your trans that are connecting it to the block itself, so let's do that. Alright, now we're going to be underneath the car again. I'm actually going to take a 12mm. We're going to put it up to the clutch slave cylinder. Oh, wrong way. I might have to get something to break those loose for me, but two 12mm bolts, and you can take that off. I did stop last night after I did this. It got a little too dark. I wasn't trying to lose everything, but so now we're gonna also use that 12. We're gonna come up here. I don't know if you guys can really see this mount right here that's holding this ground on. It's two 12mm bolts. I just cracked them loose just now. I'm gonna finish taking this one off, and then we'll just take that bracket and I'll just leave it here on the side. I ain't trying to take it all the way off, no point. But yeah, let's get to that real quick. Alright, and then we got another bracket down here, which is two 10mm bolts. Got me this little ratchet. I don't have no extension, so hopefully I can get that off. And then after that, I think I'm gonna move to the starter. But let's get that off. Alright, y'all, now we're gonna move on to taking the starter off. There's gonna be a bolt back in here, like on the top side, and then there should be a bolt on this bottom side. If you put your hand down there, you can feel it. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. It's right here. But it's gonna be two 14mm bolts, and it should just come right out. Alright, now that we have taken off the starter and everything, I'll go ahead and take off shifter linkage and stuff. And that should be the last thing that I have to take off. I'll have to go over again, make sure I got everything else off before we start actually unbolting the trans. Yeah, it should be 12mm, and then I'll show you guys how to get that off as well. Alright, now that we got that one out, I took this little clip off. I just took it off with my fingers. And you see that little hole? You're gonna get like a little screwdriver or something, and you're gonna get a hammer, and you're gonna tap that little pin out. Alright, so I got them both out. This thing took forever. You have to like beat the living hell out of it. But yeah. Now I got everything disconnected down here, I'm pretty sure. Just go over it one more time, make sure I got it all disconnected, and then we can hopefully start pulling the trans. Alright, and I just took out the two 19mm bolts and the 17mm bolt, all three on the more of like driver's side, and now we're gonna go get to the rest of them. Alright, and then while we're down here, also took out the 17mm bolt right here. And there's another one up on top right there. Alright, so I took out the bolt next to the starter. It was a 19, I'm pretty sure. Now we're moving on to the trans mount. I'm gonna take off 1, 2, and 3 bolts. I'm not gonna lie, this one bolt was already finger loose. I ain't do it. But yeah, we're gonna take off those 3 bolts, and then we'll start taking off the bolts to the actual trans. Alright, just got those bolts removed. You know, some people remove the actual mount. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't see a point to have to. I'm gonna just leave that on there how it is, and hopefully I can get it off like that. But I guess we'll see. Alright, so pretty sure I got all the bolts out. Move this back over to here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got everything out. Let me unplug this sensor. I just gotta unplug that. Okay, now everything should be unbolted, I hope. Guess we're gonna find out. Like, I just have no idea. That bolt's out. There's another, like, all that bolt's out. That bolt down there is out. Also, the one under that is out. Everything is unbolted. Alright, y'all. I ended up getting real frustrated. Went inside, as you guys can see. Got my shorts on and stuff. I was all cleaned up already. But now we got the trans out. It only took like half an hour. Maybe more, who knows? Trans out. I'll throw this new clutch release bearing in, throw everything back together, try and get her back up into the car. Alright, hopefully I got this on there right. I think I do. I forgot how I put it on, or how I took it off, but pretty sure that's on there correctly. But yeah, now we got that on there. I took the old one off of this one. Hopefully that doesn't matter, because this doesn't have that little slit right there. It's different. I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't matter. Alright, y'all. It's very hard to do by yourself. I mean, not really. It's honestly very simple, but almost got it in there. Just a little bit more moving and twisting. That side has to go up to the back, and hopefully we can get it. Alright. And then like that, pretty sure it's on there. I'm pretty sure I just gotta put those bolts in, and it should tighten it up to the block. But everything is in there, I think. Now I think we should be able to start bolting the trans back together. Alright, so I had gotten the axles in. We just gotta put the struts in. I wanna clean them up a little bit before I put them back. This one I did have to like hit it with a mallet a few times, but I used a hammer. It's probably better off using a mallet if you have one, just so you don't damage it. But you just have to tap it in just a little bit and it'll pop right into place. And they're pretty easy to put in. But I know I'm not really showing much of the putting it back in, but I mean it's kind of just reverse of taking it out. I don't know, that's how I'm doing it, off of just exactly what I did, taking it out, putting it back in. He needs to shut up. Like, he's so annoying. But yeah, I'll let you guys know when we get the struts in. Alright, y'all. So now it's time to put the trans fluid back in. As you guys can see, I got everything put back together. We're gonna come over to here. It's a 17mm bolt. We're gonna crack that loose, loosen it up, put her back on the ground, and fill her up. Alright, and now we are ready for the moment of truth. Do I know what I'm doing? Let's get a nice cold start. Low cold, barely got any gas either. Woo, she was a little rough. I don't like that sound, hold on. so I just want to finish up the video on this. I didn't figure out what that sound was. People told me input shaft bearing, which input shaft bearing looks a-okay to me. Throwout bearing I also replaced, as you guys seen. Pilot bearing I replaced. I don't know if I got that on video. Still did the same sound. So this is like the third or fourth time I've had this trans out. I finally took it apart, got everything just laid out. I was gonna replace that bearing, but it literally looks a-okay. Like nothing looks wrong in here. No like metal, nothing. It's a little cold out here. I know it probably sounds like I'm shivering and stuff, but I'll let you guys know whenever I figure out the issue though. But until then, peace.